Hey, what's up, good people? Eric Taylor, Tailored to You Coaching. This is a deep video. So this came to me last night in a dream. I'm working on charts for clients, Big 3 Astrology, Tailored to You Coaching, you know how I do. And I couldn't sleep last night. My stomach was bothering me. We had a rainstorm, haven't had rain out here, and my area of the West for so long in the desert, and I was feeling some pain and all this stuff because I've had surgeries, and this came to me. Neptune in Aquarius. It's a generational planet. Okay? And I'm getting ready to do my Saturn series, but I just had to do this. As the water drips down on me, see? It's still raining. So these people are born, Neptune came into Aquarius, and this is like Generation Z, January of 1998 to I think August, maybe August 4th, but August of 2012, right? So these people are like 22 years old, it's almost Christmas in 2020. So these people are about 22 to about, getting ready to turn 9 years old. That's this generation. And I have 2 sons with this signature. What's fascinating, right, is that the early ones, they had their Uranus in, they had their Pluto in Sagittarius. And then as you grow older, my son, who's 11, has this Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so 2 different Pluto signatures. And then around, 2009, 10, these people also have their Uranus in Pisces, but in 98, 99, the Uranus was conjunct, right? The Uranus was in Aquarius, just like their Neptune. So that means there's, I don't want to say a pendulum swing, but there's just a lot of differences of these people. So fascinating, so unique, so amazing. What is Neptune, right? Some of you don't know. So Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. It rules Pisces, the 12th house, right? I mean, we're talking about compassion, empathy, spirituality, creativity, imagination. During this time, this brought on science, technology, chemistry advances, GMOs, right? Obviously the iPhone, all these different things, right? We started getting the whole time period where people were getting the, I think about America going into Afghanistan with the opium, but getting the opioids, right? So this was a really, a deep time. These are deep, young children and young adults. I'll tell you a little story. Now also, so let me just finish, right? So Neptune is music, art, imagination, creativity, the collective, spirituality, the ethers, right? Out of this world. And you're talking about Aquarius, the 11th house. So you got the 11th and 12th house, Neptune, Pisces, Aquarius, right? Aquarius, traditional ruler Saturn, modern ruler Uranus. This is the freedom, the scientists, humanity, the collective, engineering, mathematics, astrology, aliens. this is a deep placement. I mean, I hope you can grasp this. And I'm going to try to break it down for you as best as I can, because one thing that came to me last night in the dream was this whole concept, right, with the grand conjunction coming up on the 21st, on the winter solstice, of Jupiter and Saturn conjunct in Aquarius. It's bringing in really the beginning of the age of Aquarius. Some people say we're already there. You know, maybe Neptune brought it in 98 or 2012. The whole Mayan calendar, that imprint. But it's definitely this Saturn, this grand conjunction in the air sign, which will have like another, these conjunctions and all this stuff in next 800 years or something. And just imagine 2080. Okay. So, one thing I would say, Aquarius can be very cold and detached, but it's very much about fairness, everyone having their equal share. So these young people, they don't understand why our systems are like the way they are, why our government, why our just everything, that there's just not like basic equality for everyone. I see it with my boys at 21 and 11. Before I was filming this video, do you know what my 11-year-old came up to me with? Dad, there's only 2 white rhinos left in the world, and they're being secured in Kenya. And they're trying to find, you know, things to help them, you know, get their DNA to create more. And then he's telling me about how penguins are on the verge of being extinct, a certain type of penguin. I mean, these kids are masters of their iPads. My 11-year-old's had an iPad since he was 2.5. I thought I was buying one for myself, and then he took it and just ran with it. My 21-year-old, he's got an engineering brain. He can fix and doodle and, you know, do anything. They're both brilliant boys. That's Neptune in Aquarius. I get excited just seeing what they're going to do in life and how they're going to grow up. And obviously they have 2 different Plutos, right? Sagittarius and Capricorn. It's fascinating. This generation and Neptune in Aquarius, there's a spiritual connection to the collective that they feel like they know people even when they don't know them. And that they're okay with AI and having friends through Fortnite and sort of this alternate reality and TikTok and Instagram and all this stuff. It's, you know, even now with online schooling, it's not fazing them. They're fine with it. They excel with it. Think about how Neptune vibrates in terms of its being in and out of this spiritual realm. It makes you wonder, like, are these people supposed to be here on Earth? Are they kind of like aliens? You know, it's not like some indigo generation stuff, and I'm not, you know, talking bad about indigo people, so don't at me or anything. But it's almost like they don't have the same karmic imprint as, you know, Neptune in Scorpio or Neptune in Sag or Capricorn. Neptune in Aquarius is brilliant, unique, weird, quirky, eccentric, classy. Both these kids, since they were little, loved sushi and expensive things, and you know what I mean? Like, they were like little old men. My 11-year-old, we used to call him Pooba. The 21-year-old was like speaking Chinese as a little boy and learning and eating sushi like at 3. and always likes nice clothes and nice things. And there is this presentation aspect. They are spiritual, but almost in a not I won't say mechanical way. I think friends first is their mantra. I'll be interested to see when and if they both get married. You know, I mean, the older one's got girlfriends, the younger one, he's not really into girls, but girls have crushes on him already, you know. But there's just this thing about Neptune in Aquarius where you'll always notice, sorry about that, you'll always notice how they look at their friends as timeless. Like, so for example, they're okay if they speak to their friends or don't, because whenever they see them, they feel like time hasn't evaporated at all. Like, they get that there is really no concept of time. You know what I mean? They're fine with when they're together and it's cool. And when they're not together, it's okay. And if they speak over Snapchat or a video game, it's not a problem. There's the concept of their connectivity and their glue, their adhesiveness, their connection it's always there. Does that make sense? I guess there's something deep and spiritual and beautiful about that. And I'm not saying other generations don't have this and other people don't. It's just the way that they go about it might be different from different generations. I mean, they're growing up with all this technology. How could they not be different? They grew up in a world that already was so advanced. The question is, how will they advance it? How will they lead the society and lead us in and through this during this time, the age of Aquarius time? They're born under some serious times and serious changes. Neptune in Aquarius takes spirituality to other realms. So if you watch my channel, you might know, I've told you before, and I said it's in my chart. So when I was 6, my father was murdered. My 11-year-old, when he was 2.5, before he was 3 one night, sitting on the edge of my bed, watching TV, I don't know, something was happening, and I was missing my dad or talking about my dad. It might have been his birthday or father's. I don't even remember. But I do remember this kid said to me, and I mean, he could barely talk. He's like 2.5, 3. He said, as if it was my father talking, "Don't worry. He's watching you and he's proud of you and he knows everything's okay." But he said it as if he was him. And then, like, you know, I hope I don't sound crazy. I'm just being honest and real. I mean, it was so deep. And then last night in my dreams about this placement, there was this coldness that had me concerned, because it was sort of like this futuristic vision, like Total Recall, of like the collective needed to be connected to exist in this plane, to have their air. Does that make sense? So think about how these people are as artists and science and math, and it's all one streamline of thought. I watched the artistic talent of both of these boys, and it's otherworldly, but it's spiritual and scientific at the same time. That's Neptune in Aquarius. That's the art, imagination, creativity, and dance with the bizarre, weird, unique, esoteric intelligence. Some of them will be into astrology, some won't. The Pluto and Capricorn one is more than the Pluto and Sagittarius one. But, and that's interesting in itself, but there's something that I think makes you wonder how advanced are they? What dimension, what realm, what level are they at, and where they came from? What's their assignment from God? And it's deeper than just, oh, your MC or your North Node and your Sun. It's deeper than just the whole. I mean, of course, you got to get the whole chart done. You hit me up, tailoredtocoaching@gmail.com. But I mean, it's don't underestimate the power of these outer planets and the imprint that they have on your life and generations, whether it's Uranus, Pluto, or Neptune. Now, I know in Vedic they don't, really acknowledge them and this and that, and, even some Western tropical astrologers will stop at Saturn and don't use the outer planets. But, I don't know, my teachers, taught me, and I do whole sign system. I look at Placidus, and I study some Vedic, and I do want to learn it. But I got to tell you, I see it in all the charts I do for my clients. There are real effects on your chart and your life. And just look at this whole experiment and this whole thing we're going through now. Neptune is disease. Pluto is virus. Look at the charts of America, China. Look at everything. I mean, you see it all play out. So yes, Uranus, food supply, Uranus and Taurus, all that stuff matters. Stock market. Yeah, you're seeing it play out. So don't doubt its power, okay? Don't question Neptune in Aquarius. They will take your input and they could dispense it that quickly. Parent, teacher, professor, neighbor, pastor, sibling, mother, father. It's not that they don't care. It's just that they want to come to it in their own divine, technical way. Their spirituality is alien-like, whether they see it or not. And they're too young, really, to get it on the level that someone who's past their Saturn return can get it, 29 or older. This generation is going to come into their own, and this whole 2020 is going to have an imprint on them forever. Whether it will be good or bad, we shall see, but it's going to be an imprint. Neptune Aquarius is caring, concerned, but for all living things. Neptune's compassion and intuition with the sort of friends, groups, and organizations and the whole collective and humanity with Aquarius, it's really magical. It's powerful. You have to appreciate it. And I hope when you guys watch this 10, 20 years from now and you check out Tailored to You Coaching, whether I'm here or not, I hope my words ring true that you have this calling to really change how the collective taps in. So this generation, when you want to vibrate and meditate and pray and get into your yoga and your stretching or whatever your routine is, you can move mountains. You can restore the earth. Neptune in Aquarius, it's its own internet. And they might create the new internet. I'm excited to see that. I hope I'm around. I always say I'm here to 100. September 11th, 2070. And, excuse me. Hope I just, wake up and be like, all right, I'm 100. Good night. Goodbye. Or don't wake up and say goodbye. And then, just watch from happen on the big screen. Stay unique. Neptune in Aquarius. Stay rebellious. You want to get that tattoo? You want to pierce that ear? You do it. You want to wear pink shirts? Go ahead. You want to wear pink pants and pink shoes? Fine. I'm not doing it, but that's okay. You're Neptune in Aquarius. You can do whatever you want, man. You're so brilliant. But understand, try to humanize your connections. Sometimes pick up the phone instead of typing your short TY in your text, your email, your Snapchat, your InvisiChat, your community, your whatever. Okay? Say thank you. Talk. Figure out your moves and plans by communication. Whether it's on the phone, in person, or mental telepathy, whatever you want to do, learn how to astral travel. But understand you have powers that you might not be able to comprehend right now, that when you get into them in 2030 and 2040, they're going to be outlandish, futuristic, rebellious, spiritual. They do have a naivete about them. They have a pure soul. Neptune in Aquarius, they were born through all this stuff, but they want to be healthy. They want to live a pure, sort of healthy, organic existence and life. They don't want the rainforest to be destroyed. They want to restore. They want to destroy, rebuild, and restore righteously for all. Isn't that beautiful? You guys can do it. We need you. Neptune in Aquarius, you've got a spiritual, scientific mind that can be a game changer. So roll your dice, get realistic. Don't remember Aquarius, the water, and I should have already explained this, but the Aquarius, the water bearer, this is really, see up there? It's fixed air. So they have the potential with the discipline of Saturn. They have the dream cycles and coming in and out of reality of the Neptune. They have the rebellious, sudden bursts and changes and futuristic, crazy, creative, mindset of Uranus. And that's a cocktail that is, wow. Neptune in Aquarius. Don't let the systems hold you down. Bend your reality. You bend, mold, merge, change the systems to bring forth your version of the reality. You can do it. I'm counting on you. And just have that inquisitive mind. Don't be deceived. And don't lie to yourself. They can lie to themselves. And that's with youth. When they get more mature, they won't do that. But as parents, you've got to guide them. You've got to let them know that the discipline of the Saturn that they have with the Aquarius, they've got to get organized, build those routines to tap in and advance their brilliance and to follow through with their creative endeavors, thoughts, and ideas. Because once you guys do that, wow. Wowzer, wowzer, wowzers. You will really be the Neptunian water bearer. You will be the creative, artistic scientist, the dancing engineer, the athlete that plays cello over a hip-hop beat, the actor who creates his own 3D, 4D board game. You'll do it all. And I hope that this Neptune in Aquarius video makes it to the next platforms, whether it's from YouTube or Patreon, and can make it to the next internet so you can watch me talk about you and be like, Eric was right from Tailored to Coaching. That guy was right. We are this, we can do this, we can be that, let go of that, advance that, merge and transform that, mutate that. My Uranus is in the 12th house. And this came to me last night. Just warm your heart and don't, even though you want to help with nonprofits and charity and the collective, don't do it in the pure, cold Aquarius way that's detached. That's my only concern about the age of Aquarius. Do it in that Neptunian way that is that agape, Christ-like, empathetic, compassionate love that's not about sexism, genderism, racism, any ism. Not hating on LGBTQBJ, none of, just loving everyone, embracing everyone, but with dignity and integrity. Not with like, oh, everybody gets a slice and still have the big corporations still dominate. No, that's outdated. Take it further. Don't become the next CEOs that are detached and evil and cold. Break that mold. Run your company where the board is the global Zoom call with 1,000 people on it, not 10. Think that big. Neptune in Aquarius. I hope you watch this. I hope your parents show this to you. I hope you comment down below and tell me what you think and how you can feel this energy playing out, how you think you might get downloads from other time periods, other species, if you've seen aliens or talked to ghosts or spirits, if you remember your imaginary friends, just whatever it is. And write. Keep a dream book, keep a journal, write. That's your freedom, writing. And just because they're not teaching you cursive in school doesn't mean you can't learn it. Don't be afraid to learn on your own. That's the gift of life, is continue to learn. Okay? So, and hit me up. I'm the one. I'm the best person for you to get your birth chart done with. I'm humble, hardworking Capricorn moon, Scorpio ascendant, Virgo sun. No, I'm not the best astrologer out there, the most experienced. But with my Uranus in the 12th house, my Scorpio ascendant, I was sent. I'm the one, the hip-hop astrologer. The kid from the Upper West Side, the native New Yorker, the slick talker, the spiritual walker. I'm the one to do your birth chart. Ring the bell, subscribe down below, hit your boy up, Neptune in Aquarius. I hope I did you justice. I hope your hearts just flourish and you elevate us all and change the dynamic of everything. Talk to the trees. Know that they're here for you and you're here for them. Okay? Everything is living. Eat the colors of the rainbow, drink your water, and just give us your gifts. We need them. Thank you, Neptune in Aquarius. God bless you, and be the light. And share it. All right? Hit me up and check out the website, tailored2coaching.com, and Twitter at Tailored2C, at Instagram. I'm not on Pinterest and all that stuff yet, and maybe you could help me get there. I need some help. I need an assistant. You young, brilliant people. All right, I'm a one-man band. Hit me up for that birth chart, tailored2coaching@gmail.com. Keep vibrating. Neptune in Aquarius. Thank you. Peace. Tailored to you coaching. Oh yeah, and I'm a Steelers fan, so you know I'm good people. I tell people all the time, you meet a Steelers fan, or you marry a Steelers fan, you ladies out there, or you men marry a Steelers fan woman. Oh, and these women, yeah. I was talking in general, but these women, they might play video games, they might make video games. They might be the most amazing artistic dancers, scientists. They will challenge any man to come correct to them, or any woman that they might be with. And the men, they've got a flair that ladies will appreciate. But relationships and marriage, it's friends first. And even when they get married, they're still going to have their big social networks. That's what this is all about. Not commune stuff, but just really a spiritual network love. Right? Eric Taylor, Tailored to You Coaching. Bye, Neptune in Aquarius. Peace. That's Neptune in Aquarius.